Okay, so today we see a very nice movement. We see the SPY going up, breaking its main short-term resistance levels. We see the QQQ also performing very well, making higher highs, higher lows, also above the 21-day MA, above its main support levels. So the SPY, QQQ are trying to maintain the bullish bias. And by breaking this resistance level, you may ask me, okay, Nathan, so is now the SPY ETF supposed to reach higher levels, to retest our next resistance level, which is the 689? And the answer is yes. The short answer, the lazy answer is yes. We have a decent chance to do that. Now, the long answer, the more complex answer, which is going to be actually helpful to us to design our trading strategies from here, I'm gonna tell you in today's video. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan. Let's see what's going on right here, right now, because it is a very nice situation. We see the SPY breaking the resistance level we did identify yesterday, 683.66. We are breaking this key point, which is also the trigger point of this bullish flag chart pattern. We saw the SPY inside this congestion over the past few days. Okay, now we see an upwards breakout, so that's very nice. It is quite interesting. Now, am I totally convinced about this breakout? And not, okay, I'm not, okay, totally convinced, not, because it is quite annoying to see the SPY breaking this resistance level 683 and then correcting again, getting very close to this resistance level again, right? So usually that's not the best signal. It is not necessarily a horrible signal, okay? It is not a bearish reversal chart pattern. No, it's not. It is still an upwards breakout. It is still bullish. We are still above the 21-hour EMA. We are still making higher highs, higher lows, right? Now we had this congestion, but we see a new high. So hey, from a technical point of view, it is not even my opinion. We are bullish, okay, because of all these. When we analyze all the technical evidence we have right here, yes, it is a bullish scenario. On the daily chart, we see the very same situation. We see a breakout of our previous resistance levels, a breakout of the 21-day EMA. So if you ask me, okay, Nathan, we are not, this is not necessarily too amazing for you, okay? It is not convincing you entirely yet, but what if we see a pullback, okay? Remember, any pullback to the 675 to the 21-day EMA would be totally normal, expected, and even possibly another buying opportunity, because pullbacks, while we are in an uptrend, while we are in bullish territory, are more often than not buying opportunities. We follow the money, okay? We follow the trend. If we see the SPY breaking our resistance levels, making lows above the previous lows, above the 21-day MA, yes, it is technically bullish. On the weekly chart, this reinforces our idea, okay? We see the SPY still above the 21 weekly moving average. A few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we just saw a very brief pullback to this moving average, and right now we are recovering already. So that's very nice. It is clearly indicating to us that the SPY is still very bullish. Yes, I would be happier to see the SPY closing way above the 683, okay? Because today we are closing at 683.89, okay? 89, only a few cents above this resistance level. So again, it would be better to see the SPY closing above maybe the 685, okay? That would be better, but I can't complain, okay? I would be just happier to see a stronger breakout, like the QQQ is doing. The QQQ is technically more bullish than the SPY, and this is more than enough to give us some hope in this context, okay? That SPY is going to truly recover and seek higher levels. That's why I told you guys in the beginning of this video. From a purely technical point of view, yes, the odds favor the bulls. So short answer is yes, we are supposed to seek higher levels. But we still have a few annoying things, okay? Like we still have to see a better breakout. But to be honest, to be fair, we see QQQ very bullish, okay? We are clearly making higher highs, higher lows on the 1 hour chart, okay? Clearly above the 21-hour EMA. We are not even making this flag that we see the SPY doing. This flag occurs precisely because SPY started to lose momentum below the 685 resistance level. This key point is a secondary resistance level, okay, which is working today, by the way, right? So it is not surprising to see the SPY losing momentum here, but clearly QQQ is way stronger. But Nathan, now we are retesting the 624 resistance level. The previous top level here, top level here, top level here, now top level here again. Okay, yes, that's a critical inflection point for the QQQ. We gotta break it as soon as possible, but as long as we stay above 613, above 21-day EMA, we are going to maintain the bullish bias. Very simple situation. If we see the QQQ failing to break the 624 and then making another bearish reaction strong enough to the point of reversing the short-term bullish bias on the 1 hour chart, then okay, then we can expect a pullback to this support level down here. Okay, Nathan, what reaction could be strong enough to reverse this bullish bias? From a purely technical point of view, is the key point is 618. Be aware of this key point in the next few days, because don't you agree that if we lose 618.05 without making another breakout of the 624, don't you agree that that's gonna be another double top? Okay, that's a crystal clear reversal chart pattern like we had on Nvidia. A few weeks ago, we did identify this double bottom right here, and we nailed this collapse to our target at 184. So we may see a very similar scenario occurring over here on the QQQ, but remember, I'm not saying the QQQ is going to turn bearish. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we need to trigger this bearish reversal chart pattern to make a proper correction on the daily chart. Correction, okay? Any pullback to the support level could be another buying opportunity medium-term wise when we focus on the daily chart. Okay, so be aware of the 618 and 624 over the next few days, okay? Only clear breakout could bring something new, but I do understand that by maintaining the price above the support level, QQQ has, again, just like the SPY, it has decent chances of recovering and seeking higher levels. In this case, if you ask me, QQQ is supposed to retest the 629 to close this gap over here. Okay, that's where I see the QQQ next, unless we see technical evidence like I described to you guys right here, right now, convincing me that I'm wrong, that this is not gonna materialize. Okay, but right now, as of today, yes, we are still bullish, okay, maintaining the bullish bias. Either way, no worries, because we are here every single day. All right, every single day. Is the market collapsing? Is the market exploding? It doesn't matter. We are here every single day, keeping you guys updated on what's going on keeping you guys updated on the most dangerous and promising inflection points in the market. We always describe the main turning points that could bring a true reversal or a continuation of the trend. Okay, we are here every single day, and this is going to be very helpful to you to design your own strategies. Okay, so join this channel, subscribe, click on the like button to support me as well, because your like means a lot to me. Okay, it is the best way to supporting this channel. Now, what we have right here on Nvidia is very annoying. I know it is very annoying. It is going to pay dividends, right? very soon. Okay, that's very nice. It is going to pay this month. Okay, what's the problem with Nvidia? We see a very annoying resistance level near the 184, which is the key point we have been analyzing, we have been warning you guys about in this channel every single day over the past few months since July. Okay, since July this year, we did identify this resistance level as a major turning point. After the breakout, we saw a reversal. Now we see a pullback to this key point. After losing it again, we are finding a resistance level right here today and yesterday as well. So, okay, it is a major resistance level. It is very close to the 21-day EMA. So we have like a double resistance level on Nvidia. On the 1 hour chart, we are trying to maintain the bullish bias. We are trying to make this inverted head and shoulders, right? It is a promising signal, really, it is a promising signal. But in order for Nvidia to truly reverse this bearish bias on the daily chart, we gotta first trigger this head and shoulders, which has a neckline right around the 184. Okay, so there is no excuse, okay, there is no escape. The 184 is still our major inflection point. What's more, secondly, by breaking the 184, by triggering the inverted head and shoulders on the 1 hour chart, we are going to also automatically break this 21-day EMA. Okay, so all this technical evidence would be very nice, would be very powerful for Nvidia. Okay, we may see a real reversal ahead, but guys, we gotta break this resistance level as soon as possible, because as far as I see today, we are making a top signal. Okay, we are losing yesterday's low. Yesterday was a bearish candle, was a top signal. This candle has a name. It is a gravestone doji. Okay, you may say, it's a shooting star. It doesn't matter. Okay, as I teach you guys on our technical analysis masterclass in this channel, don't be overly attached to candlestick patterns, to chart patterns names. Okay, understand the psychology behind these patterns. And here, the psychology of a shooting star or a gravestone doji is the very same. We see Nvidia going up nicely, but it failed. It simply failed to break this resistance level, and then it collapsed, leaving this huge shadow above the candle's body. And today we see a new low. So that's not the ideal. Okay, Nathan, so now you are totally bearish on Nvidia. Since we see Nvidia still above the weekly moving average, trying to make a bottom signal, by the way, okay, we still see some conflicting signals. All right, if you ask me, Nathan, which would you prefer in this context? A bullish reaction or another collapse? Right here, right now, I would prefer another recovery. I'm not saying I'm bullish, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I prefer a recovery because we are right above the 21 weekly moving average. Okay, that's very nice. If we fail, okay, very nice. Probably Nvidia is going to reach the 165 again. Okay, but that's it. No reason to worry, no reason to panic, because every single aspect here on Nvidia is behaving according to the plan. Now, what we have here on Tesla is quite phenomenal because it is going up nicely. It is going up 4% today, 4%, after making a bottom signal above the 21-day EMA. All right. Tesla is not necessarily my style right now. I see many other stocks looking better than Tesla, but it is very nice to see Tesla reacting again right above the 21 weekly moving average. If you're bullish on Nvidia, for instance, that's what you want to see happening, okay? The confirmation of a bottom signal above the 21 weekly moving average, okay? That's the ideal. Now, Tesla is, as far as I know, making a bullish double bottom chart pattern. By breaking this double bottoms neckline, yes, we are supposed to seek higher levels. We are breaking the 439 as well. It is too hot here. Excuse me, guys. It's summer here in Brazil, by the way, so it's very hot. So we broke the 439 resistance level. That's a good point. Now, our next technical resistance level is 470. Okay, 470 is now our next major target. Nathan, would you buy Tesla in this context? Again, I prefer other stocks, but if Tesla makes another pullback, a clearer pullback to this 21-day EMA or maybe even to the 420s area again, that would be phenomenal. Okay, that would be the perfect buying opportunity with a good risk-reward relationship. Because in the end, it all comes down to risk-reward ratio. If this risk-reward relationship is not clear to me, I prefer to avoid trading. Okay, let's just pass this one. Okay, it is not mine, it is someone else's trade. Okay, I happily pass this to another trader, but this is why I tell you guys, we gotta be very picky. Okay, we are so picky with our trades, we are so annoying, right? A professional trader must be picky, because in this market we can trade every single thing every single time, and if we do that, it is going to be very harmful, not only for our accounts, but for our mental health, okay? So we gotta be very careful. Or the market is a real mess. It is full of opportunities, but you don't need to catch every single opportunity. You just need to follow your edge, okay? Follow your trades, follow your trading methodology, and stick to it, all right? If you have a strategy, if you have an edge, you will be okay. All right, of course, we're gonna miss some opportunities, we're gonna catch other ones, okay? Either way, what truly matters is long-term profitability. All right, so we gotta be profitable in the long term, and the only way of doing that is by following a trading methodology, okay? Being very picky, waiting for confirmation, right? All the things that I describe to you every single day in this channel, okay? Now, we have our dear AMD, okay? It's not AMD, guys, it's AMD, okay? Lady Amy is trying to make a top signal. Yesterday, we saw a very ugly signal. It was even uglier than Nvidia's top signal. This signal is actually a piercing line candle pattern, okay? Right below the 21-day EMA and the 227. Okay, so that's the worst place for us to see a top signal on AMD. Okay, it is not good. However, today we see AMD closing above yesterday's low. Unlike Nvidia, it is not triggering this dark cloud cover candle pattern. Okay, it is still trying to fight. When we analyze the 1-hour chart, we see why. It is stabilizing near the 21-hour EMA, and it is stabilizing very, very nicely, by the way, okay? So this is not a coincidence. We see investors trying to fight for AMD, okay? They are trying to so Nathan, AMD is now safe. Can we buy AMD? It is not safe yet, because in order for us to see a total rejection of any bearish thesis in this context, we gotta break the 227 and the 21-day EMA. Leaving yesterday's high behind, rejecting this candle. We gotta reject this candle as soon as possible. So if we see another reaction today or over the next few days, going up, breaking this resistance level, then we know AMD is reversing, it is making actually a bear trap. Okay, so we may see a short squeeze, a small short squeeze in this stock if we see a real breakout of this resistance level. Because imagine this, okay? Imagine we saw many people shorting AMD right here after making this reaction, okay? All these guys, including the smart money, they will be in a very bad situation, okay? So they will have to buy. They will have to be stopped out, and this is gonna just feed back the idea that we're gonna turn bullish, okay? So yes, by breaking this resistance level, I see a very, very promising signal for AMD. Okay, it is looking very nice. It is looking very promising. It could be another, of course, I'm not giving you guys any recommendation. I'm not an advisor, but it could be even a possible buying opportunity depending on the strategy you are using, because we see a bottom signal on the weekly chart. And again, that's the best place to buy. All right, I gave you guys the buy signal right here last time, okay? We nailed a phenomenal trade. Now we may nail another phenomenal trade again. I give you guys signals every day on our Telegram channel, so you may join us over there. You are invited to join us over there. The link is in this video description. I share signals with entry point, stop loss, target, the proper risk management. I explain why we are buying, why we are selling, etc. So there you have all the tools to learn how to become a consistently profitable trader. We have hundreds of traders over there learning how to make money every single day. You are invited to join us over there. Free trial, 7 days, just to see for yourself if you like it. I'm sure you're going to find valuable information over there. I'm sure of it. All right. So join us over there. Link is in this video's description. Okay. Now we have Palantir. This one is quite phenomenal. Okay. We already sold our positions, okay, because we bought down here, okay, quite obvious buy signal, hammer candle pattern above a very strong support level. So hey, why not buy, right? It's impossible to not buy this one. So we bought over here. Okay, now we hit our target. That was our target. So technically we sold Palantir right now, but it is going up. Nathan, so are you being affected by the fear of leaving money on the table? Of course not. As I teach you guys on our video here on this channel about the 4 primary trading fears, the fear of leaving money on the table is one of the easiest fears to avoid, because guys, it's simply money that we are not making because we already made our trade. Okay, so there is no need to be greedy in this context, okay? And by the way, I really recommend watching this video. If you watch this video, trust me, you will never be afraid anymore on the market, all right? Market-wise, okay? You will never be affected by any fear regarding trading, okay? Trust me, this video is going to be incredible. It is supposed to be a life changer. It's going to change your life forever if you learn how to trade without fear of being wrong, fear of losing money, fear of missing out, fear of leaving money on the table. I teach you guys how to avoid all these fears, okay, all these fears. So just watch this video. It's totally free in this channel, okay? Education is always free, all right? Now, what's next for Palantir? Okay, by breaking this resistance level, we are supposed to seek higher levels. Let me update this chart because it's not making too much sense right now. Some lines are very old. Wow, these lines, they're all very old. Now, Palantir's next technical target is 194. Okay, 194. Nathan, are we going to see pullback before that or not? I don't know. I don't care. That's not important. What is important is Palantir is bullish. Any possibility, any bottom signal, when we see the risk-reward ratio good again, it will be just another buying opportunity. It is not right now, but it could be in the future. Do not worry about the future. The future is in the future. It does not exist. Trading is reactive, not predictive. All right. Now, we have Apple, right? Apple actually looks very nice. Okay, it is going up nicely. We see Apple making higher highs, higher lows above the 21-hour day, the 21-day EMA over here, which is acting as a quite reliable support level, by the way. Okay, it is looking very good. The previous buy signal on Apple on our Telegram channel was here. Okay, I believe was in October, I don't remember when, okay? It was right here, I believe, all right? We didn't buy Apple again over here, okay? Because I saw other opportunities, better opportunities, but we did a phenomenal trade right here, again, near the 21-day EMA. Always buy near the 21-day EMA, okay? Near support levels. Do not buy far away from our support levels. Why? because the risk-reward ratio is not good. You gotta wait for a pullback. Okay, after we see pullback, okay, now the risk is smaller, the reward, the potential reward is bigger. So hey, that's gonna be a very good place to buy Apple again when we approach our support levels. All right, let me erase these lines. Let's do a brand new study over here. Okay, we see a trend line. All right, of course, maybe this trend line is actually an ascending channel, maybe, right? It's not that beautiful, okay? But let's use this trend line to reinforce the idea that Apple is bullish. Okay, any pullback to this area could be another buying opportunity. Nathan, today we see a shooting star. Yes, very nice. If we see Apple losing today's low at 283, yes, we may see another pullback to this support level, and then it is gonna be another buy. Nathan, are you going to short Apple over here? No. Why? Because Apple is bullish. I don't like to trade against an incredibly powerful bullish trend, okay? So I prefer to wait for a decent pullback. That's how I see Apple right now, so be aware of the 283. Only by losing this support level, we may see another pullback ahead. Are we still above this key point? Yes. So no pullback yet. We have Broadcom as well, right? Broadcom is very nice, is looking very powerful. Broadcom. We also bought Broadcom near this 21-day EMA. Okay, a few weeks ago, right? We bought it over here. We sold it over here. Now, okay, it is above our previous target. It is doing very well, but it is making the pullback we want. See, that's what you want to see happening on Apple. Okay, a pullback to our support levels. So what we see on Broadcom is a good example on how many stocks we analyze every single day could behave, okay? Tesla is another one. If we see pullback, yes, that would be interesting. SPY, QQQ, a pullback would be actually very interesting. So Broadcom is making this pullback already. It is reaching the 21-day EMA area and the 374. Okay, that's very nice. It is a double support level. Any bullish reaction could be a buying opportunity. Nathan, is today's reaction a bullish reaction? Yes, but it wasn't triggered yet. That's a hammer candle pattern or maybe a dragonfly doji candle pattern. Either way, I also teach you guys how to trade this pattern on our masterclass, but spoiler alert, you gotta wait for a clear breakout of today's high to confirm the idea of a true bottom signal. Okay, for now, it is too soon to tell, but I do agree that Broadcom looks very promising. Okay, we made phenomenal trades on Broadcom in the past, all right? We always like to buy near support levels, okay? Now, we may see another one again. Either way, pay attention because I always give you guys signals on our Telegram channel. And subscribe this channel because here I always review the most important inflection points on many stocks. SPY, QQQ, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, Palantir, every single day. So join the Finance Hydra channel. Subscribe if you like the content. Thank you so much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.